but they're saying now they're not interested in the Constitution. They want about truth and they want to set it all up and treaty and truth. Well, let's face the facts, okay? You've got the highest domestic violence, you've got sexual attacks, assaults on the children in there. These kids don't go to school because parents don't send them to school. And then you've got the kids are way behind the educational levels, especially after year 6 or 7. Then you have the incarceration rates. Then you have the alcohol abuse that's going on. And you know who's to blame for all this? Whites, white Australians. It's all our fault. And that's what they keep saying all the time. And I've had a gutful of it. And, you know, to keep pushing this, and they talk about the land. Well, over 60% of the land has been handed back in native title, and we keep giving more and more. The cost to the taxpayers is around about, you know, I've heard between 30 to 40 billion a year. You've got over 3,000 Aboriginal corporations out there. They're making the money. Royalties that they get, they don't pay tax on. So this is all the victimhood that keeps going on all the time. And you're right, James, because if it was sorted out, then you wouldn't have all this money, hand over money, people making a lot of money out of it. It's not the Aboriginals in these communities that are getting the money. They're fed up with these land councils, the other ones ripping off these systems, these corporations, Aboriginal corporations. It's all an absolute joke. And my answer is, you treat everyone on an individual needs basis as Australians. Stop dividing us and having Aboriginal and non-Indigenous Australians. And if the people got that assistance and help based on an individual needs basis, you'd shut the whole lot down and we'd live in peace and harmony in this country.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If we helped people according to need rather than according to race, not only would we help people, but we'd have unity in this nation, which we all want. Let's talk about the March for Australia rallies across the country today. I know you took part in the one in Canberra. So people will watch news reports, but let's hear from you. You were there. Was it hateful and divisive?
Oh, not at all. Actually, I was so proud, and I was there joined with my colleagues, Malcolm Roberts and Tyrone Whitten, who actually joined me. We were the only politicians that actually bothered to turn up. It wasn't about us being politicians. We were there as grassroots Australians, standing up with pride in our nation and our flag, who we are as Australians, and to actually, you know, realise our protest to the rest of Australia and the politicians. We're fed up with the mass migration and the effects it's having on just ordinary Australians out there and the impacts it's having on them, their life, you know, with housing, with health and infrastructure, and the list goes on, the cost of living. So Australians have had enough, but the governments, and I'd say this present Labor government, plus the previous government as well, no one's interested. And what annoyed me was that I was told by my staff and everyone, and word was coming in, you better not go because it's taken over by the rat bags. You know, we don't know, you know, for your own safety, we don't think you should go. Anyway, I thought, no, I'm going. Then even the police rang me up and said, look, we don't really want you going. They said there's other protesters that are going there. And I said, I'm not there to cause any trouble. I said, if any trouble's going to be had, go and arrest the other protesters. Let Australians get out there and wave the Australian flag and show pride. Why should we, as Australians, be shut down, told we shouldn't attend these things, yet you allow the Palestinian marches every weekend for the last 2 years that's been held on the streets, and they're destructive, they're vicious, and they're flying the Hamas flags and terrorist flags, and what they're pushing, it's got nothing to do with, you know, the quiet protest that happened today, which I was so proud to be part of, and I'm glad I went.
Well, good on you for going. I mean, as we said earlier, all the politicians, the majority said, oh, it's divisive, it's hateful to go to these marches. But the reality is, Senator, it's not hateful nor is it divisive to wave the Australian flag or to love your country or to be genuinely worried about the state of affairs right now in Australia when, as you said, you've got terror flags being waved so brazenly. But why are people so scared to take a stand on this?
Well, they're scared because they think that you're getting taken over by the neo-Nazis. People don't want to be involved with people who are racist and neo-Nazis. It's got nothing about the culture or the migrants that have come here. It's about the numbers that are coming here to Australia and the impact. You know, these politicians are so gutless. They really are. That's why I don't have much time for any of them, because they don't have the pride in their hearts to get out there and stand amongst the people. And if the people are going to have a go at them, then so be it. Because you're getting abused because of your legislation, the laws that you've brought into this country is impacting the lives of Australians, but they haven't got the guts to get out there. And, you know, if you're prepared to be a member of Parliament, be prepared to get out and mix with it. And they never did also during the COVID rally. I went out there amongst people during that period of time. And I'm prepared because I'll stand on my dig for what I believe in and prepared to stand up for it. They won't.